Hello, Paul from Find My Footwear. Today we're comparing two shoes, one that's recently been updated with its predecessor, the New Balance Freshform X 1080 V14, alongside the New Balance 1080 V15. Okay, so the first thing you may have noticed from that introduction is we missed out the name of Freshform X, the cushioning used in the V14. Now, New Balance use Freshform X, that compression molded EVA type or based material in a lot of their training shoes. And whilst in recent years they've used a different formulation to kind of give it a little bit more spring, in the 1080 V14 and the previous few, the 12 and 13, it's always been a relatively soft, very highly stacked cushioned shoe. Now, that's been a good shoe as well. It's been one of the best daily trainers around in the neutral category, but it was just soft cushioning. It didn't really have any kind of pushback to it on the toe off. There wasn't much spring or hint of responsiveness. Well, that's all changed with the new model, the New Balance V1080 V15. Gone is Freshform X, in is Infineon foam. Now it's a supercritical based nitrogen injected foam, and it runs the full length of the shoe, and quite honestly it transforms the shoe. New Balance could have quite easily created a new model line with this, kept the 1080 with that super soft kind of feeling, maybe a little bit like Hawker with the Clifton, still a compression molded EVA based material, and the Bondi, which became supercritical. New Balance could have introduced a new name and had the supercritical Infineon foam in that line, because the 1080 V15 really does transform the feel and the ride from the 1080 V14, the previous version. So let's take a look at some of the stats, see how they differ. Okay, so first up, in the V15, we've got 2mm more cushioning all the way through the shoe. So we've got 40mm in the heel, 34mm in the forefoot, which is up from 38 and 32. Still a 6mm drop, but you've got an additional 2mm of the more responsive, softer, springier, bouncy, whatever you want to call it, cushioning. So transforms the ride. You certainly notice that it's a softer, springier shoe. Within the first few strides, never mind miles, it's instantly more responsive. The weight has also come down as well. Previously, you were around about 300 grams, 10.5 ounces in the men's. Now we're at 290 grams, 9.2 ounces. So it's kind of lost more than an ounce, about 30 grams. So it feels considerably lighter on the foot. And combined with the new foam, the weight reduction makes the shoe feel a little bit more racery like. I think that when trying to kind of get a feel for the shoe and describe how it feels, I think it feels like a combination of the 1080 V14 with the Rebel, that springy, more energetic feel. The Infineon foam, the supercritical processes is bounded around a lot. So when you inject air into a regular foam-based midsole material, you've got a combination of chemicals. We've got elements, rather. We've got a single element, the nitrogen-injected foam. So it's more consistent. When the midsole is molded, it's heated up and injected with the gas. Because it's nitrogen, it spreads out evenly. It's a consistent foam, so you get a very smooth ride as well. Very predictable, but it's also lighter, softer, and bouncier, and more durable, as we've seen in shoes like the Glycerin from Brooks. That cushioning level stays consistent throughout the life of the shoe. You're certainly going to get 400 or 500 miles out of these shoes, and no problem at all. What else has changed? Well, the upper. In the 1080 V14, we have the engineered mesh. We've got a little bit more structured design in the 15. You've got these ridges in the upper, and that gives it a little bit more shape and structure, and it fits better around the foot. Now, I don't know if you can tell much from these pictures, but the 15 is a little slimmer. It just wraps around the foot a little neater, particularly in the midfoot, on the instep, and in the toe box. The V15 still fits true to size. You can go to the same size as you did in the V14, but it's neater, less wiggle room. It wasn't an issue for me. I have relatively slim feet, but there is less wiggle room in there. You don't need to change length or width. It's just a little bit, I don't know if you can tell the difference there. I think it's a little bit lower in overall volume. It seems a neater fit around the foot, certainly around my foot. I think a lot of people will enjoy that fit. Remember, still available in width fittings, so if you do want a little bit more room, volume or width, you can go for a wide fit option. The outsole rubber, 15 here, 14 there, it's changed a bit, but you've still got enough coverage to protect all the exposed foam. It does work well. There's plenty of flexes running both the length and width of the shoe. These open spaces do allow the foot to the shoe to feel a little bit more nimble, and it flexes well on toe off. So overall, I think the V15, yes, it is a better shoe. It makes the 1080 line more versatile, more usable. If you want a one shoe solution, then I think you struggled with the 1080 V14. It was a shoe that you just wanted to run easy in. It felt very good at just steady, easy miles. If you wanted to pick up the pace a little bit, you felt like it was a little bit wallowy. You sank into the shoe a little bit. More responsive in the V15. I think you can use it as a one shoe daily trainer. It's great at cruising paces, feels very plush, soft and springy, but when you do pick up the pace, tempo runs, interval efforts, you're able to do so if you just want to stick to one shoe. So there we go, 1080, V14, V15. I think it's a definite improvement. I'll turn it around so you've got both the same way there. Definite improvement on the V15, transforms the shoe. It really does feel like it's come of age with the V15. As always, there's bound to be questions when a shoe's updated like this. Stick them down below and I will always endeavour to answer all of them. But for now, thanks for watching. Please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. This is Find My Footwear.